welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashing Sani Veerasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines for today. World Tourism Day celebrations in Colombo and Arugambe. Central Bank Governor talks about ethics of an accountant. News in detail. The monthly adjustment to the fuel prices took place last night. As per the new prices, octane 92 is 137 rupees, octane 95 is 161 rupees and super diesel is 132 rupees. Thus, the Ministry of Finance announced that the government decided to reduce the price of fuel according to the fuel pricing formula. Accordingly, the prices of 95-octane petrol and super diesel are reduced by 2 rupees per litre, while 92-octane petrol was reduced by 1 rupees per litre. However, the price of auto diesel is remaining unchanged, stated the Finance Ministry. Commenting on the virtues that an accountant should nurture, Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy stresses that the accountants should be the main guardian of sensitive financial information. Addressing a seminar on ethical responsibility of professional accountants in public sector conducted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, Governor mentioned yesterday that the accountants should provide carefully thought judgments without being influenced by unnecessary interventions of powerful bodies.
Judgment should not be affected by undue pressures from influential persons, nor by bribes or favors. Next, let me say a few words about the next principle, that being objectivity. This principle can be put to test by subjective and strong opinions expressed by people occupying high positions. For their part, accountants need to reach their own conclusions, free of any bias, even at the cost of going against the currents of public opinion. They should not rush to judgment, and they need to reflect carefully after evaluating both pros and cons. People can be looking at things from a totally different perspective and still bring up seemingly valid arguments for both sides of an issue. An accountant needs to weigh up the different positions and reach an objective conclusion. Counter-arguments to biased positions need to be built up with patience and be carefully articulated so that the accountant can put himself in a strong position to win the argument without giving rise to unnecessary aggravation.
Central Bank Governor Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy also added that the highest valued ethic of an accountant is the confidentiality, especially as to how the person is guarding the sensitive inside information.
Confidentiality. One of the most sensitive areas where an accountant has to show the highest degree of ethical behavior and discretion is with insider information. This matter acquires a higher significance in the case of public entities. The accountant has to be the main guardian of sensitive financial information, and he therefore needs to prepare, circulate and explain the appropriate guidelines so that whoever is exposed to such information fully understands its importance and implications. Examples include remuneration packages where leakage of information can disrupt harmony in an organization and give rise to jealousies. Price negotiations with suppliers and contractors submitting tenders for projects where parties may be induced to offer various kinds of bribes and sweeteners. Trade secrets, intellectual property, distribution lists, and employee details. These are all areas which require a high degree of confidentiality.
Lanka Clear Private Limited announces that Lankapay Technovation Awards 2019, Sri Lanka's first and the only annual Payment Technology Innovation Awards, will take place for the third consecutive year in the first week of the next month. Initiated in 2017 in a quest to drive financial inclusivity in the country, which is a key objective of the central bank, Lankapay Technovation Awards intends to enhance the efficiency of the country's national payment network. Award criteria for 2019 considers interbank payment during the period from the 1st of April 2018 to the 31st of March 2019. Banks, non-banking financial institutions and fintech service providers who have steadfast to this cause and excelled in this endeavor will be vying for recognition under 15 categories. The initial shortlisting would be carried out based on the performance of individual banks, and the second phase of judging, the shortlisted winners need to be present before an independent and eminent panel of judges as to how they have achieved that performance. Lanka Clear proudly says that their effort is to recognize and appreciate the front-runners of payment technology innovations in the country who have steadfast to the cause of promoting electronic payments and constantly thriving for enhancing customer convenience. Accordingly, Lankapay Technovation Awards, which is Sri Lanka's first and the only annual Payment Technology Innovation Awards by Lanka Clear Private Limited, will take place in early October. Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. The Singer Fashion Awards 2019, recognizing the efforts of fashion diploma students pursuing the course from the Singer Fashion Academy, held their annual fashion show and awards ceremony recently at the Sirimavu Bandaranaike Memorial Exhibition Centre, BMICH. The Singer Business School was initiated in 2015 with the aim of providing individuals with the opportunity to realize their potentials, propel their talents to the forefront and leverage on their abilities to go on and pursue promising careers in the fashion industry. The administration said that the institute takes into consideration the significance of adhering with international and industry standards and incorporating a specially curated curriculum for every course level, and the program syllabus up to the advanced diploma stage is equivalent to the first 2 years of learning in a university program under the UK curriculum. This year's fashion show showcased 60 creations from 49 students who were selected to display their work on the ramp. The show attracted industry professionals, public figures along with the general public who were encouraged to attend the fashion shows, turning into another entity to be included into the annual calendar. The fashion show was held concurrently with the awards ceremony, where fashion students competed under the categories of kiddies wear, gents wear, Canadian wear, casual wear, office wear, Indian wear and evening wear. Sri Lanka Tourism says that all set to celebrate World Tourism Day 2019 with a 2-day celebration under the theme of Tourism and Jobs, a Better Future for All, as suggested by the United Nations World Tourism Organization. Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, in association with Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau, Sri Lanka Convention Bureau and Sri Lanka Tourism Hotel and Management Institute, under the purview of the Tourism Development Ministry, has organized a 2-day celebration in Colombo and Narugambeh. The inauguration ceremony will be kicked off on the 27th of this month at the Independence Arcade in Colombo, followed by an exhibition, a job fair, food street and entertainment. In addition, the Tourism Study Program Department of Economics of the University of Colombo will hold its annual Tourism Leaders Summit and International Tourism Research Conference themed A Way Forward for Sustainable Tourism Development on the 28th of September at the BMICH to mark the global event, while an international surfing competition will also be held in Narugambeh on the same day. Addressing a media briefing held in Colombo yesterday, Tourism Minister John Amartunga said that they hope to get around 2 million to 2.1 million tourist arrivals as opposed to 2.3 million in 2018, and the overall earnings forecast for this year is around 3.5 billion US dollars as against 4.4 billion US dollars recorded in 2018. The minister also revealed that he will be attending the 23rd session of the UNWTO General Assembly this week in St. Petersburg, Russia, in his capacity as a Vice President of the UNWTO for the South Asian region. Addressing a seminar conducted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka on ethical responsibility of professional accountants in public sector, its president Jagat Pereira shared his expertise on moulding ethical and responsible accountants in the country.
Conflict of interest. Now, conflict of interest is, in simple terms, you use your office, your authority for the benefit of yourself or benefit of any other person or an institution. And while using that, what you do is you make rest of the people who are innocent and they are going to pay for it. As a result, the whole economy is going to face the damages, the losses. So if we can avoid the conflict of interest, you can do a lot of betterment for the growth, the development of the economy.
The Embassy of Sri Lanka in Stockholm, in partnership with Emirates and Pacific Asia Travel Association Sweden chapter, organized an interactive session on Sri Lanka tourism for the Swedish travel companies and travel writers on 4th September at the Embassy. Thus, the event was organized to provide updated information to the Swedish travel industry agents and writers about the security situation in Sri Lanka and the importance of promoting Sri Lanka as an attractive travel destination. Accordingly, during his speech, Ambassador Sudanta Ganegamarachi assured the participants that Sri Lanka government has taken every measure to improve security situation and prevent similar incidents in the country, and invited the Swedish companies to work together with the embassy to promote Sri Lanka tourism. Moreover, he outlined the future promotion plans, which include familiarization tours, digital marketing campaigns and events in regional cities. In their remarks, Secretary General of the Sweden-Sri Lanka Business Council, Leif Olsson, highlighted as to why Sri Lanka is a unique travel destination for Swedes who annually look for new travel destinations. Meanwhile, the travel representatives at the event said that there is a renewed interest in the Swedish travel market about Sri Lanka and they received new inquiries. According to a leading travel company in Sweden, Sri Lanka remains within the top 10 favorite travel destinations among Swedes in the coming winter season. Stay tuned for stock updates after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The all-share price index dropped 1.63 points to close at 5,820.84 and the S&P SL20 dropped 9.77 points to close at 2,805.53. The turnover was 427 million rupees and over 35 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all the news for today. Join us tomorrow at the same time. Until then, take care. Good night.